15 things that are no longer worth your money. The average American wastes $15,000 a year on things that used to be worth it but aren't anymore. Not luxuries, not splurges. Things they think are completely normal. 5 years ago, these 15 things made sense. Inflation changed everything. What was smart spending in 2020 is financial suicide in 2025. The value equation flipped, and most people didn't notice. Person A cuts these 15 things, saves $15,000 a year, and builds actual wealth. Person B keeps bleeding money on autopilot, wondering why they're broke on an $80,000 income. Same economy, different awareness. I'm about to show you all 15. Number 15 is the absolute biggest. It's eating 40 to 50% of people's income and keeping them trapped in financial hell forever. If you're tired of wondering where your money goes, hit subscribe. Comment on how many of these 15 you're currently paying for. Be honest, or just drop guilty if this is about to hurt. Let's start with the absolute biggest money trap, the one destroying financial futures faster than anything else. Thing 1. Housing costs beyond your means. Let's start with the absolute biggest money trap, the one destroying financial futures faster than anything else. Spending 40 to 50% of your income on housing when the rule is 30% maximum. But I need this house. No, you need shelter. You want this particular house in this particular neighborhood with this particular square footage. Big difference. Here's the math that's killing you. If you make $5,000 a month and spend $2,500 on rent or mortgage, you've got $2,500 left for everything else. Food, transportation, insurance, savings, investing, emergencies, life. That's not living. That's financial suffocation with granite countertops. The old rule was never to spend more than 30% on housing. People are blowing past that to 40, 50, even 60%, and wondering why one car repair destroys them financially. Your house poor. Nice house, zero life, constant stress, can't save a dollar. There's a couple making $70,000 combined, spending $3,000 monthly on rent because we deserve a nice place. That's 51% of gross income. After taxes, it's closer to 65%. They're drowning, blaming their income, completely blind to the anchor around their necks. Cut housing by just 10% of income, $700 a month, and suddenly you've got $8,400 a year to save, invest, or pay off debt. That's life-changing money you're currently handing to a landlord or bank. Solutions exist. Downsize to a smaller place. Move to a cheaper area. 15 minutes further out saves $500 monthly. Get a roommate if you're single. Rent out a room if you own one. But I don't want to downsize. Cool. Stay broke forever in your nice house. Because a smaller home doesn't mean a smaller life. It means bigger savings, less stress, and actual financial freedom instead of pretty imprisonment. Your house is supposed to be where you build wealth, not what prevents you from building it. Housing is the anchor drowning you slowly. Here's the second biggest wealth killer, and this one happens all at once. Thing 2. Buying new cars. Housing is the anchor drowning you slowly. Here's the second biggest wealth killer, and this one happens all at once. Buying a brand new car. The second you drive that shiny new $40,000 car off the dealer's lot, it's worth $32,000. You just lost $8,000 in the time it takes to drive home. Congratulations, that's the most expensive 15-minute joyride of your life. New cars lose 20 to 30% of their value in the first year. Then you're paying interest on a depreciating asset, which is financial insanity. Plus, higher insurance because it's new. Plus, anxiety about door dings and scratches because it's new. Here's what smart people do. Buy a 3 to 4-year-old certified pre-owned car. Let some other sucker eat the massive depreciation. You get essentially the same car. Modern, reliable, warranty still active for 40% less. Math time. New car payment is $700 a month plus $150 insurance equals $850 monthly. Used car payment is $350 plus $100 insurance equals $450 monthly. Difference. $400 a month, that's $4,800 a year. You're lighting on fire for new car smell. Drive that used car for 10 years instead of the new car every 3 years lease cycle, and you're talking about saving over $50,000 in a decade. $50,000. That's a down payment on a house or a fully funded retirement account. There's a dentist making $200,000 a year, broke, stressed, leasing a new BMW every 3 years because I need to look successful. Meanwhile, his accountant makes $80,000, drives a 6-year-old Honda, and has $300,000 invested. One looks rich. One is rich. Buy the 3-year-old car. Drive it until the wheels fall off. Save the difference. Let everyone else compete in the who has the newest car poverty Olympics while you're building actual wealth. Cars are one-time stupid decisions. These next ones bleed you monthly on autopilot. Thing 3. Streaming service overload. Cars are one-time stupid decisions. These next ones bleed you monthly on autopilot, and you don't even notice. Paying for 6 streaming services when you actually watch 2. Netflix, Hulu, Disney+, Amazon Prime, HBO Max, Apple TV+, Paramount, Peacock. You've got them all because it's only $10 a month each. Except it's not. Add it up, $60 to $80 a month, $720 to $960 a year for content you're mostly not watching because you're busy rewatching The Office for the 7th time on one service while ignoring the other 5. Streaming was supposed to replace expensive cable. Now it costs as much as cable used to. You fell for the same trap with a different name and a better interface. Here's the truth. You watch maybe 2 to 3 services regularly. The rest, you subscribe because one show looked interesting, watched 2 episodes, forgot to cancel, and now you're paying forever for I might watch it someday. There's a guy paying for 7 services, $84 monthly, over $1,000 annually. Analyzed his actual viewing, 90% Netflix and YouTube. He was paying $70 a month for services generating 10% of his viewing time. Cut everything. Resubscribe to one service. Next month, honestly evaluate. Did you actually use it? No? Cancel and try a different one. Rotate seasonally. When Stranger Things drops, get Netflix for a month. When Mandalorian's back, get Disney. Then cancel. Stop paying for possibility. Pay for actuality. You don't need access to everything always. You need access to what you're actually watching. That's 1, maybe 2 services max. Everything else is financial bleeding disguised as entertainment options. Share accounts legally with family. Most services allow multiple profiles. Split costs. One person pays Netflix, another pays Hulu. Suddenly your personal cost drops from 80 months to 20. Streaming, you forget you're paying for. This next one you actively remember not using. Thing 4. Gym memberships. You don't use streaming, you forget you're paying for. This next one you actively remember not using. That gym membership charging $50 to $60 a month that you haven't visited since February. January. This year I'm getting fit. Sign me up. Enthusiastic, motivated, ready to transform. February went 4 times. Still optimistic. March went once. Getting busy. April through December, 0 visits, still paying. Too guilty to cancel because I might start going again. $50 a month times 12 months equals $600 annually. You paid $600 to feel guilty about not exercising. Gyms are making a fortune off your good intentions and poor follow-through. Studies show that 67% of gym memberships go completely unused. Gyms literally build their business model on people who pay but don't show up. You're subsidizing people who actually go. You're a financial donor to someone else's fitness journey. Here's what's free: walking, running, YouTube workout videos, bodyweight exercises in your living room, parks with pull-up bars. None of these requires $60 monthly guilt payments. But I need the gym to stay motivated. No, you need discipline. And a membership doesn't create that. You proved it by not going for 9 months straight. There's a woman who paid 65 months for 3 years, $2,340 total. Went maybe 20 times across 3 years. That's $117 per visit. She could have hired a personal trainer for cheaper per session. Track this month. How many times do you actually go? If it's fewer than 8 times monthly, you're paying over $6 per visit. Cancel it. Go for walks. Do home workouts. Join a $10 Planet Fitness if you absolutely need gym equipment. Stop paying for the fantasy of who you think you'll become. Face reality. You're not going. Cancel it. Save $600 a year. The gym you don't use. Cable TV you definitely don't watch. Thing 5. Cable TV, the gym you don't use. Cable TV you definitely don't watch. $100 to $150 a month for 500 channels, and you watch exactly 5 of them. Cable made sense in 1995. It's 2025. You're paying for a dying technology out of habit, nostalgia, and the fact that your parents had cable, so you think you're supposed to have cable. You're spending $1,200 to $1,800 annually for channels you scroll past to get to the 3 shows you actually watch, all of which are available on streaming services you probably already have anyway. But I need it for sports. Get an antenna for local games. Free. Subscribe to specific sports streaming when your season's active. Cancel when it's not. You just saved $1,000. But I need it for news. News is free on YouTube, on apps, on websites, literally everywhere. You don't need to pay $120 monthly to watch 20 minutes of local news. The cable company knows you're not getting value. That's why they make canceling so difficult. 45-minute phone calls. Retention offers. We can discount it to $90. Still a ripoff. Still $1,200 annually for content you're not watching. There's a retired couple paying $135 monthly for cable because we've always had it. Ask them what they actually watch. Local news, weather, and 2 channels. That's it. $1,620 a year for content available free or for $20 a month. Cut the cable. Get an antenna for local broadcasts, a one-time $30 purchase. Subscribe to one streaming service for everything else. You go from $135 monthly to $15 monthly. That's $1,440 saved annually. $1,400 to watch the same content you're already watching. Cable is a nostalgia tax you can't afford anymore. Cable's an obvious waste once you think about it. This tech trap is sneakier because they convince you it's an upgrade. Thing 6. Constant phone, laptop upgrades. Cable's an obvious waste once you think about it. This tech trap is sneakier because they convince you it's an upgrade. Buying a new phone every single year when your current one works perfectly fine. Apple releases a new iPhone. Ooh, the camera's slightly better. $1,000 later, you're taking the exact same blurry photos of your food you took with last year's phone. Samsung drops a new Galaxy. Ooh, the screen's a millimeter bigger. Another grand gone. Your old phone, the one that was revolutionary 12 months ago, suddenly feels ancient because marketing told you so. Here's reality. Phone lifespan is 4 to 5 years easily. Upgrading annually means spending $5,000 over 5 years. Keeping one phone for 4 years? $1,000 over 5 years. You just burned $4,000 on marginal improvements you can't even articulate. Same with laptops. I need the new MacBook. Your current one runs fine, but this one's faster. You use it for email and Netflix. A 2019 laptop handles email exactly as well as a 2025 laptop. You don't need faster. You've been marketed into wanting faster. Tech companies perfected planned obsolescence, not by making devices break, but by making you feel like they're obsolete through brilliant marketing and psychological manipulation. There's a guy who upgraded phones every year for a decade. $10,000 on phones. His coworker kept phones for 4 years. $2,500 over the same decade. Same phone calls, same texts, same apps. $7,500 is a difference because one resisted marketing and one didn't. Next time you want the new phone, wait 6 months. I guarantee the urge passes. Your current phone stops feeling old once the marketing hype dies down. Keep it until it actually breaks, not slows down a bit, breaks. Screen shattered, won't turn on, actually dead. Tech upgrades are a marketing manufactured need, not a real one. Resist the commercials. Keep your money. Tech upgrades are marketing manipulation. Designer clothes? That's pure ego and insecurity with a price tag. Thing 7. Designer clothes and brand names. Tech upgrades are marketing manipulation. Designer clothes? That's pure ego and insecurity with a price tag. Paying $200 for a t-shirt that costs the same $20 to make as the one without the logo. You're not buying better quality. You're buying a logo. That's it. The cotton is identical. The stitching is the same. The difference? One has a little symbol on the chest that says, "I paid 10 times more than I needed to for validation from strangers." Blind tests prove this repeatedly. People can't tell the difference between designer brands and regular brands when logos are removed. Can't tell by feel, by look, by quality. They can only tell when the logo screams, "This costs a lot." You're paying 1,000% markup to advertise for the company. You're a walking billboard they charged you $200 to become. That's not fashion. That's financial Stockholm Syndrome. Here's what's hilarious. The wealthy people who can afford designer brands, they're shopping at Costco and Uniqlo. Meanwhile, people living paycheck to paycheck are maxing credit cards for Gucci belts to look rich to other broke people, also pretending. There's quality clothing without a logo tax. Uniqlo makes excellent basics. Costco's Kirkland brand is shockingly good. Target's house brands are solid. You can dress well for a fraction of designer prices by simply refusing to pay for branding. A guy spent $2,500 annually on designer clothes. Switch to quality non-logo brands. Same style, same fit, same compliments. New annual cost, $600. Savings, $1,900 a year for literally zero difference, except his ego took a hit until he realized nobody actually cared what brand he wore. Next time you're about to buy something designer, mentally remove the logo. Would you still pay that price for that item without the brand? If the answer is no, you're buying ego, not clothing. Designer logos don't make you look rich. They make you look insecure about not looking rich. Actual wealthy people don't need to prove anything. Designer logos scream insecurity. Constant dining out just screams expensive and unnecessary. Thing 8. Dining out. Constantly. Designer logos scream insecurity. Constant dining out just screams expensive and unnecessary. Spending $80 to $100 on dinner for two when the same meal costs $15 to $20 at home. Restaurants mark up food 4 to 5 times the cost. You're not paying for ingredients, you're paying for ambiance, service, convenience, and the privilege of not cooking, which is fine occasionally. But 3 times a week, you're hemorrhaging money. Math time. Eat out 3 times weekly at $80 per meal equals $240 weekly, which equals $12,480 annually. Cook at home mostly, eat out twice monthly equals $160 monthly, $1,920 annually. The difference? $10,560 a year on the exact same amount of food. $10,000. That's a fully funded emergency fund. That's maxing a Roth IRA. That's a down payment on a car. You're eating it, literally. But I don't have time to cook. Meal prep Sundays. 2 hours of cooking equals 5 days of meals ready. You have time to scroll TikTok for 2 hours. You have time to cook, but I can't cook. YouTube exists. Gordon Ramsay teaches you for free. Start with 5 simple meals. Repeat them. You don't need to be a chef. You need to not be broke. There's a couple making $70,000, eating out 4 times weekly, wondering why they couldn't save. Tracked spending, $14,000 annually on restaurants. Started cooking at home, eating out twice monthly. First year, saved $10,000, same food, same full bellies, wildly different bank account. Restaurants are special occasions, not Tuesday dinner default. Treat them that way. Your wallet will thank you. And honestly, you'll appreciate dining out more when it's not constant. Cook at home. Eat out rarely. Save thousands, literally. Restaurants are expensive, but at least they're sit-down quality. Fast food used to be the cheap alternative, not anymore. Thing 9. Fast food restaurants are expensive, but at least they're sit-down quality. Fast food used to be the cheap alternative, not anymore. A value meal at McDonald's is now $15 to $20, which is basically the same price as actual restaurant food. Fast food lost its entire value proposition. It's not fast anymore. Drive-through lines are 20 minutes. It's not cheap anymore. You're paying restaurant prices. And it's definitely not healthy. So what exactly are you paying for? Convenience? You're paying $18 for the convenience of eating garbage in your car. McDonald's meal, $15. Chipotle bowl, $12. Sit-down restaurant lunch special, $18. Fast food is literally the worst value, most expensive per nutrition, lowest quality, same price as better options. The dollar menu is dead. The value meal is a lie. You're paying premium prices for bottom-tier food, and somehow the industry convinced you this is normal. Here's what kills me. People justify fast food as saving money compared to cooking. Wrong. Pack a lunch from home, $3 to $5. Fast food lunch, $15. That's $10 daily, $50 weekly, $2,600 annually on bad food that's not even cheap anymore. There's a guy who eats fast food lunch every workday. It's convenient. $15 daily, $75 weekly. Tracked at $3,900 annually on drive-through lunches. Started meal prepping on Sundays, chicken, rice, veggies, and containers. Cost $5 per meal, $1,250 yearly. Save $2,650 eating better food. Fast food is no longer fast, no longer of good quality, and definitely no longer cheap. It's the worst deal in modern dining. You're paying restaurant prices for gas station nutrition. Stop. Pack your lunch. If you're going to spend $15 on a meal anyway, at least get actual food at an actual restaurant, not a sad burger through a window. Fast food has become a ripoff. You know what else turned into a ripoff? Airbnb. Thing 10. Airbnb fast food has become a ripoff. You know what else turned into a ripoff? Airbnb. What started as a cheap alternative to hotels is now often more expensive after they bury you in fees. Airbnb used to be brilliant. Stay in someone's spare room for $40 a night. Crash on a couch for $20. Budget travel, authentic local experience. Those days are dead. Now, cozy apartment, $100 a night. Sounds reasonable. Click to book. Suddenly, there's a $90 cleaning fee, $60 service fee. $40 is this fee, $20 fee. Your $100 a night place is now $210 a night. And you still have to do chores before checkout or get charged more. Hotels got transparent while Airbnb got sneaky. Hotel says $120 a night, that's what you pay. Includes cleaning, includes service, often includes breakfast and points for free future stays. Airbnb says $100, actually costs $200 plus a chore list. Let's compare a real scenario. 3-night stay. Airbnb listing, $100 nightly. After all fees, $630 total, $210 per night. Hotel nearby, $120 nightly, no surprise fees, free breakfast, loyalty points, $360 total. The cheap Airbnb costs $270 more than the hotel. There's a family who booked Airbnb for vacation. Look, only $150 a night. Final bill after fees, $900 for 3 nights. That's $300 per night. Nearby Marriott, $180 per night, including breakfast. They paid $720 extra to do dishes before leaving and followed a 3-page checkout instruction list. Airbnb still works for unique properties. Tree houses, cabins, specific locations with no hotels. But for standard city stays, hotels win on price and convenience now. Next trip, compare the total cost after all Airbnb fees versus the hotel room rate. You'll be shocked at how often the hotel is cheaper, clearer, and includes amenities Airbnb charges extra for. Airbnb killed its own value proposition with fee creep. Hotels win by staying transparent. Airbnb's fee trap. Extended warranties are even worse. Pure profit for stores, pure loss for you. Thing 11. Extended warranties. Airbnb's fee trap. Extended warranties are even worse. Pure profit for stores, pure loss for you. Paying $99 to protect a $500 device with terms so restrictive you'll never successfully claim. Best Buy employee, would you like the protection plan? Translation, would you like to donate $99 to our profit margin while getting nothing in return? Extended warranties have claim denial rates over 80%. Water damage, not covered. Dropped it, not covered. Used it outdoors? Not covered. Sneezed near it? Probably not covered. The terms and exclusions are designed to make claiming nearly impossible. Stores make 50% plus profit margins on warranties. They're not selling you protection. They're selling you expensive peace of mind that evaporates the second you actually need it. Here's what they don't tell you. Most credit cards include automatic purchase protection for 90 days to a year. Free. You're already covered and don't know it. Check your credit card benefits before buying any warranty. Also, manufacturer warranties are included. That laptop has a 1-year warranty already. You're paying $99 for maybe an extra year of coverage you probably won't successfully use even if something breaks. There's a guy who bought extended warranties on everything. TV, laptop, phone, appliances. Spent about $400 annually on warranties. Over 5 years, I tried to claim twice. Both were denied due to exclusions he didn't know existed. $2,000 paid, $0 recovered. Pure profit for retailers. Meanwhile, his sister never bought warranties, self-insured by saving the warranty money. Over the same 5 years, one laptop died outside the manufacturer's warranty. Repair, $300. She'd saved $2,000 in warranties, spent $300 on one repair. Net ahead, $1,700. Decline every extended warranty offer. Check your credit card benefits instead. Self-insure by saving what you would have spent on warranties. You'll come out ahead every single time. Extended warranties are legalized scams. Just say no. Warranties are one-time scams. This next one is an annual overpayment most people never fix. Thing 12. Overpriced auto insurance warranties are one-time scams. This next one is an annual overpayment most people never fix. Staying with the same auto insurance company for 10 years while they slowly jack up your rates. Insurance companies know human behavior. We're lazy. We hate shopping for insurance. So they reward new customers with great rates to get you in the door, then gradually increase your premium every year, knowing you probably won't leave. You're paying $300 to $1,000 more annually than you should because you haven't shopped around in years. Loyalty in insurance doesn't get rewarded, it gets punished. 20 minutes on comparison sites, Geico, Progressive, State Farm, comparing quotes, saves an average of $500 annually. That's $25 per minute. Show me another job paying $1,500 an hour. You won't find it. Most people have coverage they don't need. Full coverage on a 15-year-old car worth $2,000. Why? Drop collision and comprehensive. If you total it, insurance pays maybe $1,800 after the deductible. You're paying $600 yearly to potentially get $1,800 once. Bad math. Self-insure old cars. Increase your deductible from $250 to $1,000. Premium drops 20 to 30%. Yes, you pay more if you crash, but you save hundreds yearly in premiums. Most people go years without claims. The math favors higher deductibles. There's a woman who paid the same company for 12 years. Started at $120 monthly, crept up to $210 monthly over time. Finally shopped around. Same exact coverage, $130 monthly with a different company. She'd been overpaying $80 monthly for years out of loyalty and laziness. That's $960 annually wasted. Get 3 quotes this week. Same coverage. Compare. Switch to the cheapest. Set a calendar reminder to do this every year. Insurance companies count on you forgetting. Don't let them. Shopping for insurance is boring. Overpaying for it is expensive. Pick your pain. You overpay annually. Food you waste weekly adds up even faster. Thing 13. Bulk food that goes bad. You overpay annually. The food you waste weekly adds up even faster. Buying in bulk to save money than throwing away half of it when it spoils. Costco trip logic. Look at this giant bag of spinach, so cheap per ounce. 2 weeks later, the bottom half is brown sludge in your fridge. You bought $12 of spinach, ate $4 worth, and threw away $8. That's not saving, that's losing money with extra steps. 20% of food purchased in American households gets thrown in the trash. That's an average of $1,000 per household annually. $1,000 of perfectly good food you bought, refrigerated, watched rot, then threw away while feeling vaguely guilty. Bulk buying only saves money if you actually eat it. Otherwise, you're just buying garbage in larger quantities at a discount. The psychology is brutal. Big package feels like good value. You buy it. It sits in your pantry or fridge. You forget about it. It expires. You throw it away. Repeat weekly. Your trash can is eating better than some families. Non-perishables? Buy in bulk. Rice, pasta, canned goods, frozen items you'll actually use. Perishables? Buy weekly in amounts you'll realistically consume. That giant tub of yogurt seems economical until you realize you hate yogurt by day 4 and the rest goes bad. There's a family buying bulk items at Costco. Felt financially responsible. Tracked their actual food waste for a month, throwing away 30% of perishables. $1,200 annually in the trash. Switched to weekly grocery shopping, buying only what they'd use that week. First-year savings from not wasting food, $900. They didn't change what they ate. They just stopped buying more than they could eat before it rotted. Revolutionary. Meal plan before shopping. Buy what you'll actually consume. Freeze excess immediately if you do a bulk buy. Stop feeding your trash can your paycheck. Big obvious waste you can see rotting in your fridge. Small invisible waste is deadlier because you don't notice it. Thing 14. Daily small purchases. Big obvious waste you can see rotting in your fridge. Small invisible waste is deadlier because you don't notice it. $10 a day on coffee, snacks, and random convenience purchases. It's only $10, yeah, daily. That's $3,650 annually, disappearing into coffee shops, vending machines, convenience stores, and impulse gas station runs. $5 coffee every morning before work, $1,825 yearly. $5 afternoon snack because you didn't pack lunch, another $1,825 yearly. Total, $3,650 for beverages and munchies you forgot about by dinner time. Death by 1,000 small purchases. Each one feels insignificant. It's just $5. Cumulatively, it's a vacation. It's an emergency fund. It's a used car, but you drank it and ate it without noticing. Here's the shift. Make coffee at home, 50 cents per cup versus $5. Pack snacks from the grocery store, $1 versus $5 from the vending machine. Annual coffee savings, $1,775. Annual snack savings, $1,775. Total, $3,550 saved, doing literally the same thing with 10 minutes of Sunday prep. The coffee tastes basically the same. The snacks are identical. You're just not paying convenience tax anymore. There's a teacher who tracked every purchase under $20 for 1 week. Total, $73 on small stuff. Multiplied by 52 weeks, $37.96 annually. She was horrified. Started making coffee at home, packing lunch and snacks. Next year tracking $800 on small purchases. Savings nearly $3,000. Same life. Same fullness. Wildly different bank account. All from eliminating the it's only purchases that add up to car payment-sized annual waste. Track every purchase under $20 for 1 week. Total it, multiply by 52. Prepare to be horrified. Then change. Small daily waste adds up silently. This final thing is emotional, traditional, and massively wasteful. Thing 15. Unnecessary gifts. Small daily waste adds up silently. This final thing is emotional, traditional, and massively wasteful. Spending $500 to $1,000 annually on obligatory gifts that nobody actually wants. Holidays, birthdays, anniversaries, baby showers, weddings, graduations. You're hemorrhaging money on gifts people will politely accept, quietly regift, eventually donate, or just throw away. All because tradition says you're supposed to. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Most people don't remember the gifts they received last year. They remember experiences, moments, time spent together. Not the thing wrapped in paper that cost you $60 and stressed you out shopping for. Studies on gift giving show massive value destruction. You spend $50 on something you think they'll like. They receive it, value it at $20 in their mind, use it never, and it ends up in a donation pile 6 months later. You destroyed $30 of value trying to be thoughtful. And the stress, hours of shopping, anxiety about whether they'll like it, Guilt if you didn't spend enough. Comparison with what they spent on you. It's an expensive ritual that creates more stress than joy. $500 to $1,000 yearly on gifts, multiplied by 40 years of adulthood, equals $20,000 to $40,000 on objects people mostly didn't want. That's a down payment on a house. That's a fully funded retirement account. You gifted it away to maintain a tradition nobody actually enjoys. Here's the radical solution. Talk to your family. Propose a no-gift agreement. Or set a $20 limit so it's thoughtful without being expensive. Or shift to experience gifts. Dinner together, concert tickets, quality time instead of junk that collects dust. Kids are trickier because toy marketing is relentless. But 1 to 2 meaningful gifts beat 20 plastic things they'll forget about in a week. Quality over quantity. Memory over clutter. There's a family that spends about $1,200 annually on gifts for extended family and friends. Mostly obligation. After one particularly stressful Christmas, they proposed to everyone, let's just not do gifts. Let's do dinner together instead. Pushback at first, but it's tradition. They persisted. The tradition is family time, not spending money we don't have on things you don't need. Everyone agreed to try it for 1 year. Next Christmas, no gift stress, no shopping anxiety, no debt. Just dinner, conversation, presents instead of presents. They've never gone back. Savings, $1,200 annually, plus immeasurable stress reduction. People don't need more stuff, they need a connection. Give time, not trinkets. Give experiences, not objects. Give your presents, not your money spent to things that'll end up in closets. All of the above, all 15 things, add up to something absolutely staggering. All of the above, all 15 things, add up to something absolutely staggering. Housing is eating 50% instead of 30%. New cars are losing 20% instantly. Streaming stacks, unused gyms, cable nobody watches, constant tech upgrades, designer logos, dining out, expensive fast food, fee-loaded Airbnb, useless warranties, overpriced insurance, wasted food, daily small purchases, obligatory gifts. Cut these 15 things, and you're saving $10,000 to $15,000 annually, easily. That's not deprivation. That's awareness. These things used to be worth it. They're not anymore. The world changed. Your spending needs to change too. Pick 3 from this list to eliminate immediately. Not all 15, just 3. Calculate your annual savings, then actually redirect that money to debt payoff or investments, not other waste. Hit subscribe if this opened your eyes. Comment on how many of these 15 you're guilty of. Be honest, drop the number. Or comment cutting, plus which 3 you're eliminating first. Want videos on frugal living without suffering, what to you spend on, or investing savings? Drop the topic, cut the waste, keep the wealth. Simple math. Your move.